Hello and welcome everybody to Mom Talk. Today is our first episode. I'm super excited about it and the fact that I'm here with you. We are going to dive right into the conversation that is perhaps very important but rather overwhelming, I feel like, for all parents. How to keep our kids safe and in a non-toxic environment. I feel like, so the both of us have tried, tested, swapped so many items, and we're here to share with you what actually works and what you can get rid of. So grab your coffee and sit with us through the whole conversation. So Alana's here with me. Alana, like me, is mom to 3 beautiful kids. And I know that you are not somebody who just finds an Instagram post, follows what you thought that person said. You go and research everything. You know facts, and I really admire that.
Oh, thank
about
you.
So tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, awesome. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me for your first inaugural
Oh
podcast.
my gosh,
This is
it's so exciting.
Yes, Alana, mom of 3. I've got a little 1-year-old baby girl and 2 little boys, 3 and 5-year-old. I got into, I feel like, my impassioned journey into low-tox living because of exactly what you said. The moment I first uncovered, the first thing that I feel like most people think about, aluminum in deodorant, for example.
Oh my gosh.
And then the moment you learn about that, it opens up this just Pandora's box of how many environmental toxins
what is
are
going
in
on around
our
us.
Air, our products, our cleaning materials, our food, and it becomes, like you said, paralyzingly overwhelming.
So I remember when I gave birth the first time, and then I had to clean the countertop. Then I had read that it remains on the countertop for like 48 hours, and I was like, wow, all this chemical then is transferred into my food. But what I want to know is, first of all, when did you start the transition to becoming this person that you are today? Was it like always like this all your life, or is it that motherhood kind of shook it a little bit for you?
Motherhood definitely amped it up. I actually, funny story, people who know me, I'm a little bit hippy-dippy out there. In 2010, I went to go see this, don't laugh, this quantum healer. Long and the short of it, after the last test, I found out, she came back and she was like, you've got heavy metal poisoning. You've got a high amount of aluminum. And she was like, do you drink a lot of soda? Except when I was, I don't know, maybe a teenager at a party.
I would have never imagined that about you.
No, and I've never drank soda. And I was like, where in the world is this coming? And this was in 2010, so like before we knew, for example, that aluminum and fragrance and all these crazy endocrine disruptors that are in so many products, it's before that was kind of like ubiquitous information that everybody knew.
Yeah.
So this was totally eye-opening for me. And so my first swap was deodorant, because it was the first thing that I could kind of easily and tangibly say I can change this overnight.
I've never used deodorant.
But that's great. But you know what's interesting? Once you actually detox yourself from using these, because most antiperspirants, as it were, are like actually like not allowing your body to perspire,
breathe,
which our body needs to. And like if you think your armpits, for example, full of lymph nodes, which is like our body's way of getting these detoxifying.
I mean, luckily, I didn't need to use this. I was happy about that, but I was using perfume, which I didn't because of you today.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm honored. You knew that I would be like,
I know
God,
how strongly you feel about it.
Right.
And although I've learned not to use it on my skin anymore, I sometimes have it on my dresses because I'm in public spaces. I like to smell good. But today for you, no perfume whatsoever.
I feel honored. And I feel like for people, that is something that folks who maybe are just starting this journey don't know. Literally everything from countertop cleaners to baby shampoo.
Oh, yes.
One of the first ingredients you'll see in that laundry list on the back is you'll either see the word fragrance, perfume, or parfum.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize, this seemingly innocuous sounding ingredient is
the
actually
most toxic.
And it's a black box catch-all term for over 5,000 different chemicals that have not been tested.
Oh my gosh.
If you just simply use, like, for example, the chemicals that we know are in some synthetic fragrances that we already know are endocrine disruptors, you can only assume the other 5,000 that are in there are going to have equally.
And it's so incredible that we find out these things because perhaps you and I and a lot of other mothers go and read about it, but also I found out natural flavoring
oh my gosh.
has like 300 ingredients in it, and I was like, natural flavor, really?
Right, and
So
it's
if
not
you have
necessarily even like the number. They don't have to identify what are the source of those quote unquote natural.
We will never know because they don't have to say it to us.
Right,
Yeah.
and what my sort of mission, because I am just so personally impassioned by this,
Invested.
and
Yeah.
like I see the changes that it's made in my life and my health personally, and then for my kids, which
Yeah.
just up leveled that even more, is I know the space is so, or the mission, non-toxic living, I don't even say that anymore. I say low-tox living because
Yeah.
unfortunately,
We
2025,
yeah.
it is impossible in the societies that we live in to get away from every single toxin. And
Yeah.
our bodies, because I hate to fearmonger, like our bodies are amazing detoxifying machines.
At night, if we get good sleep.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
hopefully.
But 3 kids, that's not happening under my roof. But, your body, my body, our little baby's body, all has a different toxic burden that it can hold. But the problem is you don't know what is that threshold
What
for you.
is that level? Yeah.
And so, I feel like our job as mothers and just as humans for our own health and well-being is to be the gatekeepers of reducing those toxins as much as possible.
As much as possible,
As much as
exactly.
possible.
So what would you say are your, let's say, if
Easiest.
a parent wants to start today,
Yeah.
so a mother is pregnant and she's really reading like us, like
Right.
when we were in that journey, we want to have that healthier lifestyle now. What are the first, let's say, 5 easy swaps we can do in our home environment, in our kitchen, even in our bedroom?
Right.
Tell me your 5 top.
Top tips. So the number one top tip I would say is this is relative. This is relative to each individual person, and it is what is going to make that first step as easy as possible for you. What I always say is inventory your life. What are the touch points in your getting ready routine or your home that like for me, I wash my hair once a week, maybe. So a non-toxic shampoo, because I don't believe in telling everybody, chuck out everything out of your cabinets.
no.
Go because then it becomes overwhelming.
You also, exactly, you don't want to overwhelm yourself so much that you're like, I can't do this anymore. It's just
You
like
paralyze.
dieting.
Exactly.
It's like, you stop eating everything good and then by day 3 you're back to chocolate.
And stress itself is a toxin. And that is why you have to have a lot of grace and compassion with yourself. So for example, the number one thing I cut out is the moment when I was on this journey, as soon as I was done with the cleaning product and I noticed it has fragrance or perfume, I know that I am no longer going to get that. And the thing is, you don't have
And by the way, not just fragrance and perfume.
Yeah.
Like there is bleach in them.
Oh my
or
gosh,
like things
chlorine,
that
bleach, I mean,
and
loads of
these
different-
things like lingers on our surfaces and goes onto my chopping
and
board.
a lot of them, they cause rest because it's not just it's on the surface of this. A lot of these have airborne particles.
You
and they
spray
cause
it and it's up in the air.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're
and when you
breathing
think
it.
about it, it's hard enough, for us as adults, but with our tiny little babies, they've got, their organs and their like just overall development are growing at such rapid speeds.
Yeah.
And their metabolisms are so fast that the kind of toxic overload that our kids can have from this, is why it makes such a big deal.
Yeah.
We're seeing, for example, every generation, girls are having their cycles earlier. You're seeing drastically raising rates of infertility in males and in females.
Unfortunately.
And it's tragic. And one of these, one of the reasons for this is this kind of like awful cocktail of environmental toxins. So back to your question, what can we do to make this easy? First, take the stress off, relax a little bit. Realize that this is not a destination. It's not a test.
It's a journey.
Grading. It's a journey.
It's a journey.
And every little step you take is going to, and it's also this like self-fulfilling cycle where the moment you realize, oh gosh, like I took that out and I feel better, and now actually I smell somebody with perfume and I'm like, I don't really like the smell of that.
I'm yet to get there.
You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. But okay, so let's take for example an all-purpose cleaner. Like you're gonna use that on your kitchen counters, on the floors.
And you know what? You realize these things a little bit more once you have a child. So one of my
100%.
kids had skin sensitivity. So for him, I changed all our laundry detergents, everything was had to be changed. There was like I didn't have a choice. So when you are put on the spot, or you must do something to save your child, then everything gets so much more important. So we made that change for our laundry sheets.
The laundry room is like a source of actually some of the worst offenders in the toxic space. Like the first thing I would say to do, get rid of your fabric softener. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh, we don't use that anymore.
Horrific.
We don't
and
have
what
it.
is also so cool, it's not about, I feel like people have a misconception that low-tox products are more expensive.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is once you start to unravel what you truly need to clean, you actually get to get back to basics. For the most part, I use vinegar, baking soda, and lemon for I'd say 98% of the cleaning in our house. So a lot of it you actually get to pare back and you realize I don't need this crazy clean closet that I needed to.
Exactly. I don't need something different for the floor and then the countertop.
Totally.
And we definitely don't need fabric softener.
Yes.
Nobody needs
Nobody
because
needs
that
it.
lingers
Toss
onto our clothes
tennis
even longer.
balls into your drum. You know what I mean? I would also say, the air that we breathe is obviously ubiquitous. The air that we breathe, the water that we drink. So those are two like environmental quick changes that I feel like you can make in your flat or in your villa. So air purification is a really quick and easy change.
One more thing that you're gonna perhaps say, oh my God, you perhaps didn't even think about it.
Yes.
But in the advertising world, there's a lot of these kind of good smells being sprayed in your.
You know how I feel about that.
I knew that.
No, like don't.
So in your, for example, mud room or in the bathroom, get rid of all of that.
100%.
Get rid of that.
And the thing is, it's like, why are we? Okay, maybe instead of being blanket about get rid of all that, get rid of the ones that have this cacophony of ingredients. So this is what I think was kind of when I started sharing my journey and sharing kind of how is a way to simplify if you're like, I want to get on this journey, how is a way to simplify? What I think people don't realize, the world of kind of advertising and marketing, and this is clean, this is eco-friendly, this is green, this is natural ingredient. This is all jargon that is not vetted or regulated by any regulatory agency.
Just because they put it in a green wrapping does not make it a green product.
And it is, and honestly, this is something where I get a little bit like my haunches go up and I get a little bit upset because I do feel like moms, and dads, of course, don't want to leave y'all out. We want what's best for our family. Of course, every single parent does. And a lot of moms who are like, okay, I'm going to choose a more natural product.
And it's incredible how dads actually pick up on it and then they're on board so fast.
Oh, total. Oh, yeah, my husband is like all on, and he, total 180 since when I met him. Kind of identify, do a quick inventory of your life. For me, I'm like, what are the things that are touching my kid's skin all the time? Underwear, pajamas. Those I will invest and make sure I'm going to buy organic pieces for those. And everybody's budget is different. Do you know what I mean? So if I can't afford a full wardrobe in organics, let me start with the pieces that I know are closest.
But also remember, we don't need like 5 different sets for them because they grow out of it so fast. So why don't I just buy 2? Also at Mom Store, there is Pure Baby. I absolutely love them.
Me
100%
too.
organic.
And again, you bring out a great point with Pure Baby. I feel like a lot of people have the impression that like, oh, if it's organic, it has to be just like neutral and boring. Pure Baby has some of the most like beautiful
The most
prints,
beautiful.
super
Also
feminine,
Fedge,
cute.
I feel like it's so feminine. Exactly. So
Totally.
there are beautiful, because I feel like a lot more brands are understanding, especially
importance.
kids brands.
Yes.
The importance of being organic, having certified organic kids clothes, not just organic.
Okay, that's another
Certified,
great point.
yeah.
So you just again having some sort of like baseline understanding in this region, and honestly, I mean globally, you see a lot of claims running rampant. Organic. You want to know what to look for. In an ideal world, you want to see that little green symbol, GOTS certified.
Exactly.
And then, kind of people get confused between
Ecotex
GOTS
is
and
also
Ecotex.
really,
So Ecotex is, one looks at like the entire supply chain. One looks to make sure that like no residual chemicals have been used like in the process, this, that, and the other. I mean, those are into the weeds, but just starting to have that awareness,
of
right?
what
Just
we're
starting to
getting.
the awareness.
Because I feel like when purchasing baby products, which by the way, at the beginning I was so overwhelmed by, because you are just keep on shopping, buying more and more. And then when you start reading the labels, there isn't that much of a difference price-wise.
Yeah,
you know?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
Yeah, so why don't I buy the good one?
Totally. And like for me, that was what was always priority.
But now what we've done, again, so I have 3 kids.
Yes.
Buying 2 set of pajamas for 3 kids. That's just everything and it's not just the price that adds up. I feel like space-wise in our house, we don't have so much space for so many things.
Right.
So I now shop a bit more consciously. I make sure that what I'm buying is definitely great quality, and then the color is secondary. It's always secondary because it's important what they sleep in. If their pillow, mattress, and their bed covers are so important to me to create a beautiful sleep
hygiene
haven.
and sleeping
Yeah,
environment.
so
And
their
that-
clothes are as important because it's touching their skin.
Totally. And I mean, so for me, that was another big area of my life that, like, once we decided to invest, you are sleeping on your mattress,
Yeah.
on your pillow, on your sheets for a third of your life. When you're a
Yeah.
kid, almost like close to a half.
Close to half, exactly.
And most people don't realize the VOCs and the off-gassing in mattresses is mega.
It's huge.
Absolutely mega.
It's
and
huge.
again, these like developing respiratory
Yeah.
systems, their hormone, their endocrine system.
So imagine we've gone with the Low-Tox paint for the room.
Yes.
We have cleaned the air conditioning, and
Yeah.
we have picked the best wood quality that we could. We know everything
Right.
is clean, and then our mattress is where
Toxic.
they're actually breathing on the pillow
Right.
and the mattress is toxic.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's also such an important part. But then again, getting back to basics,
Yes.
first things we can swap is perhaps our washing liquid.
Yeah.
Just like a general washing liquid at home that
Like
touches
an all-purpose
every
cleaner.
Yeah,
Right.
that
And again,
touches all of our.
You can just go, like, try it for yourself. You don't even have to go and swap right now. Go home and today, when you're
Do
next
one
time you're washing,
swap.
with a vinegar and a lemon, like yourself. Do you know what I mean? That
Of
is-
course, there are cleaner brands. Personally, I don't do vinegar and lemon.
Yes.
I don't have the time. I
Right.
work like
Yeah.
24/7,
I get
and
it.
then I have kids, and then when I have the kids, I'm fully dedicated. So
Right.
honestly, I don't have time for the extra bits to do, but I have found a few cleaner brands.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
that's a start for me.
Totally,
You know,
100%. And you have to do what is achievable for your
From-
family.
exactly.
And the moment, and I just really, because I know we are talking about so many different little swaps we can make, but I always encourage people, just like, take a step back, take a breath. It is not meant to overwhelm you. You do the
No.
little bits that you can, and you will see the momentum. Like, the moment you can make one step, you'll want to make another
I
one.
know.
You'll go through that first sort of like.
I want to say
Pandora's
something
box.
really
Yes.
scary. So, but I don't want to scare anybody.
Okay, let's hear it.
So as soon as you're done kind of cleaning out the kitchen, you might want to change your cooking oil as well. But that's
Oh my
another
gosh.
topic. That's
Yeah,
another. We'll
totally.
talk about that.
Right.
So tell me one more thing. So
Yes.
again, as a mom of three, apart from the fact that we are trying to create the best, cleanest, non-toxic environment for our children,
Right.
so we went over what detergent we use, no fabric softener, good pajamas to wear, good
Right.
mattress and pillows. What would be your most important products that you feel like, sorry, not products, the only product that you feel like you could not do without as a mother who lives in UAE?
Yes.
What would be that best product that you use with all three kids and you feel like this is a must-have?
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because you said, when you were first pregnant, you were shopping.
Oh my gosh.
And mine was during COVID, and I've never been
Me
a big.
too.
Okay, you too. Okay,
Me too.
I've never been a big shopper, but
I was a huge shop, like a crazy shop.
right, and I never was, like, for myself personally, and especially for some reason with my first, I actually didn't go through that whole, like, buying a ton of things. I didn't.
okay.
And it's interesting because now, even by my third, I have even less, which is great. I'm like the queen of, or I try to be a queen of minimalism. We live in
Really?
like a small flat, so I don't
Okay.
have the villa to, like, shove stuff away.
I mean, no matter what space you live in, I feel like it just
right.
fills up so fast.
Totally. But two pieces that, like, especially as a mom of three, but even as one,
I wonder if it was the same for me. Okay.
and especially the more kids you get, I have to have a baby carrier.
Okay.
Because you got to have your hands free, right,
Definitely.
to wrangle other little
I also
toddlers.
like baby carrier, not just
Oh, for the
for
the
skin to
closeness,
skin,
the comfort.
skin to skin, because I feel like it helps at the beginning with production of
Massively.
your breast milk for baby,
Milk.
and then just having them so close while they're sleeping, they're
Yes.
on you, and you're doing other stuff.
I mean, there's
so
a reason they call it the
100%, yeah.
fourth trimester. Any other animal would be, like,
Just
incubating
laying-
in there
I know,
for longer.
but
But
we
it's
have
because
to do
humans
so
with the
much.
giant heads, they got to
Yeah.
come out earlier, but they still feel like they're a part of you. So I totally agree. Whether it's the first baby or the third, a
that
baby
was
carrier is life-changing.
yeah,
It's
exactly. So
absolutely
100%
life-changing.
agree.
And again, they make great organic options in
Mm-hmm,
those. Or, if you don't have one of it, you could, like, line it with an organic muslin blanket, which I know you can find
Mm-hmm.
here at Mom Store. And then, interesting again because of 2020, I had shortlisted the normal everyday stroller that I was going to have,
Okay.
and a travel stroller.
Yeah.
But I was going to get the normal, the big one, when we were in the States. We were going to go visit whenever they opened up,
Right.
flights again. We were going to back
Yeah.
to see family in the States. But we bought our travel stroller over here.
And I feel like travel strollers in Dubai are so popular. Is it because, do you think it's because because I don't think we travel any more than other families in
Yeah.
the world, but I feel like because we are always in
On the
a mall
go,
setup
right.
and, like, in luxurious spaces, we are so happy with our lightweight travel strollers.
So this was me. So I got the travel stroller, and once I used it, literally for the
you were
first
done.
week, getting it, in and out of the car. Just again, we're in a flat. I don't have like a big garage where I could park
I
a
know.
couple
Yeah,
multiple
yeah,
buggies.
yeah.
But it wasn't like I was like just going on pavement. Like I was in the park. You know, this and that. After I used it for a week, I said to myself, I don't want anything heavier, anything bulkier.
Exactly.
Like this, I want this
Our
to be
first stroller was
Yes.
13 kilos.
no, thank you.
13
Do not sign
kilos,
me up
and
for
we
that.
were just putting it, and a lot of times I was alone, so I was
Right.
picking up that heavy
Oh my
stroller,
gosh.
putting it in the car.
Add
it
to
was
that your twins
beautiful.
later? Like, no, thank
It was
you.
beautiful. I loved it.
No
The
doubt.
structure in it, it was super safe.
Right.
But then once it was travel time, of course, we got the travel stroller
Yeah.
and. Having twins, trust me, like always having a baby on you, and then the one hand
Right.
fold. There's a stroller
Critical.
here. It's called the Clerk. It was one hand, and true to its
Game
name,
changing.
it was really one hand. Like
Yeah.
you just press it, it folds, and
Right.
then you just pick up. And these little things, it was such a difference. So yeah, the baby carrier,
Baby carrier.
and then a one-hand stroller, like 100% a must.
Oh, and also this is kind of a random one, but like with if everybody is like, okay, breastfeeding, it's natural, but I know you had your own journey.
Oh,
like,
gosh,
and
yes.
even just somebody who like, quote unquote, didn't have any issues or trouble, it's still this like massive undertaking, mentally, emotionally, physically, all of it. Silverettes and the Haka were
yes.
two absolutely
Things
game
that
changing. They
helped
just
you.
made it like more comfortable as you're like getting used to it, and to be able to like, I didn't pump a lot with my first because I was at home all the time.
I bought 7 pumps with my first.
I know, but you did the homework for the rest
Oh
of
my
us.
gosh.
So great.
I
so
now
great.
know every single pump there is.
No doubt.
What they do, manual, not manual, single, double, wearable, connected to the
God.
wire.
I love
Oh
it.
my gosh. But you know what? It's incredible. For 4 months, I did not give up. I had like drops. I had drops of milk. And I was like, no.
But that was
I'm-
such a
I'm-
testament, and like I know it's a topic that I know is obviously full of a lot of emotion and sometimes contentious.
truly is.
But I really admire your journey because I think sometimes in an effort to make people feel okay and comforted with whatever decisions, we always say, oh, fed is best, fed is best, fed is best. But sometimes somebody who just because they're having trouble with breastfeeding, because okay, it is natural, but that doesn't mean it's normal, but it doesn't mean it's natural or comes natural,
Yeah,
it's easy.
yeah.
Sometimes we say like, oh, fed is best, it's okay, just grab your formula, but
Yeah.
that doesn't necessarily give them the help, the support
That they need.
that
Because
they
everyone was
need.
telling me, it's okay.
Right.
There's formula. And I'm
you're
like,
that's great, but I want to figure out
I'm
a
like,
way
yeah,
to
I'm
do-
not gonna. I didn't keep him hungry. Clearly, I'm
Obviously.
not that person.
Obviously.
But in the meantime,
Yes.
there were pumps to help me still establish.
Yes.
Because imagine I have a baby who never learned to latch.
Right. And now, yeah, I mean,
And that
we're getting
was
off
like-
topic, and that's why, like, I feel like doula and like having a doula, having
Just
like a
people
breast
to educate you.
Yes,
Which
And-
I suppose it's because it was a COVID baby, I didn't get correct education, and I also was not a mother with a good supply. So there was two things kind of against me.
there's so, I mean, it's such
But if
a
you don't give up,
ecosystem.
if you don't give up, you'll
right,
make it.
or just surround yourself with that support ecosystem. That
Again, I didn't have that
unfortunately
either, so
I feel
it's
you.
Dubai.
I know. I
We're
feel
away
you.
from our families, but we do make friends. You
Oh
and
my
I met
gosh,
because of the
yes.
communities that we went to,
Totally.
and now I look up to you for all my non-tox living.
Thank you.
Again, because you do the research. Okay, it's not because you sent me a reel.
Right.
We're not going to go with that anymore because we know the importance behind it of finding out what actually is true.
Right.
You know,
and
testing
while
it.
It's like I'm so excited that like low-tox living has become a bit of a buzzword because
Right,
people are
yeah.
excited. But with that comes a lot of I'm just going to take the headline and pop it out there without going. There's as with everything, there's nuance. Like there's
No.
nuance. And again, I think kind of preying on susceptible new moms, or again just for your own life and you're wanting to make change, you're so desperate for information and like whatever, doing something for clicks and algorithm,
Oh
you
my
get a lot of like
gosh,
half
no.
information out there.
But
And
you know what? We need to just realize that everything will come with a bit of practice.
Totally.
Don't give up.
Totally.
If it's tough, take a step back. Don't give up.
Absolutely,
You can still do it.
absolutely. And if you need any tips,
Oh
come chat
my
to me. I can
gosh,
chat your
yes.
ear off
Oh
for
my
about
God.
a
Thank
day
you
and a half
so
on
much for
Low-Tox
this was
living.
brilliant. Thank you
I'm so happy.
much.
Thank you for having me, Masa.
Me
It's
too.
wonderful.
Me too. Thank you so much, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this conversation with us. There is so much more to come. But if you do have specific questions, please write it down in our comments, and we will both
Absolutely.
answer you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
you.
Thanks, Masa.